We're going to do a fireside chat without the fire today. And Lynn Sherr is an award-winning correspondent with the ABC News, 2020 since 1986. She covers a wide range of subjects, specializing in social change. She has received an Emmy, 2 American Women in Radio and Television commendations, and the prestigious Peabody Award. And I had a longer thing on Steve, but I'm not going to say anything about him because I think you know more about him than me. And I just want to give a little anecdote. Yesterday, he was at my table, sitting next to Lee Bollinger from the president of Columbia University. Steve wanted to excuse himself, probably go to the restroom, and then never came back. And I thought, we're Chinese descent. We have to really respect the elderly. Lee can leave Steve, but Steve shouldn't leave Lee. So later on, when he resurfaced, I said, "How would you like me to introduce you?" And he said, "Just don't build me up. Just keep it low key." And I thought, this is a really humble individual. And I said, "By the way, where did you go? You kind of disappeared on us." And he said, I went out just for a short bit, maybe to the restroom, and I tried to get back, and the crowd started coming, and I just never made it back." So we've got a rock star in our hands. And we've got 2 powerhouses. Enjoy the speech.
Thank you, Anna. Well, you can tell which one of us is the rock star by our hair. I want to first thank the committee for letting us eat lunch. Steve and I thought we were going to be talking while you were eating, so we're both extremely grateful. So we're happy to do that. And I also want to thank Lulu for, as usual, inviting me to do something that I would have begged to do anyway. So I'm really happy to be here with all of you. I want to start by just getting a show of hands. How many of you have, in fact, ever been on YouTube? Not nearly as many as I expected, as a matter of fact. You got some work to do, Steve. I want to tell you some of the things I've seen on YouTube in the last couple of days. Here's what I've seen. Videos of a salamander crossing a road, the difference between how women and men take a shower, clips from my own PBS film on giraffes, and from my 2020 interview with Star Jones, a video on how to replace the battery on my iPod, Hillary Clinton singing the Star Spangled Banner off key, John Edwards fixing his hair to the strains of I Feel Pretty in the background. It is a very eclectic mix, and it is changing our society. Steve, we're going to talk about a lot of things here this afternoon, a lot about your personal background, but let me start with the overview. What is YouTube all about?
Great. So Chad and myself started YouTube back in 2005, early 2005. We had met each other at PayPal early in 1999. He was one of the first designers of PayPal and was one of the first engineers, and worked very closely together through the beginning of PayPal as well as through the acquisition by eBay. And afterwards, a lot of sort of the old-timers at PayPal continued to meet up throughout the Bay Area for dinners, and it was just a really wonderful mix of people. And I had just purchased a place actually in San Francisco in early 2005, and I was having the first dinner party at my place, and we were taking both videos and photos with digital cameras. And while we found out that it was very easy to share photos with one another, there were just so many different sites. You can email them back and forth. With videos, we found out that it was very challenging to share the videos. So there's the problem if they were sort of too big to email back and forth. There were, you have to download different things based on what digital cameras people had. And so we just thought that as starting to emerge with mobile phones, being able to take videos with more digital cameras, having the capability of built-in video taking capabilities, as well as all the different webcams out there, that this is going to be more and more of a problem that people are going to continually face as they have these devices. And what we found out as we launched the site also was that a lot of people, when they uploaded videos, it wasn't just the videos from a week ago or a month ago, but it was actually uploading 25 videos from something like 2001 all the way until 2005. So I think we really started to see that this was an unmet need, not just from recently, but from all the way stretching back to the first videos they were taking. They were just living on their computers, and they had no place to upload and share these videos.
So, okay, this apocryphal but not apocryphal dinner party in 2005. You just wanted to upload your videos, and you realized you were onto something. Was it, in fact, just because the technology wasn't there that it didn't exist, or had nobody thought about the fact that people wanted to share these things? In other words, did you get the underlying thing while you were doing it, or was it really just a practical thing?
Well, there are a few things. I mean, I think one was that the real intent, we had no idea it was going to be as big as it was. And the real intent of YouTube, we thought it was going to be more of a closer circle relationship. So it was going to be something like me uploading a video, sharing it with 8 people, and I knew exactly who was going to be watching these videos, sharing with my family, with my friends. What turned out to be the case, so I mean, both people knew each other, the people that were watching the videos as well as the people that were uploading the videos. But what turned out to be the case was, which is a completely different use case than what we had thought, which is there's a lot of people that were uploading videos and just sharing with the world, and they just wanted to get a message out there that they didn't really have any intent of a specific group of people that they wanted to watch the videos. And so I think that definitely took us by surprise, and I think that was a lot of the growth of YouTube early on were these sort of viral videos that were being uploaded where they didn't know who was going to be watching them. But I think what we did get right when we started thinking about the problem, it was really just thinking about from a user trying to upload these videos, what are the problems that we're trying to, what are some of the problems that we're trying to face? And I think we got very lucky in many ways in terms of the timing because I mean, at the time in early 2005, I think just a few things coincidentally all met together. So one was, I think, broadband penetration in 2005 finally reached to the majority of the people in the U.S. and also throughout the world. Also, the video technology that we actually use is built into Flash, and that's the sort of the video format that we chose, which was just happened to be only a year ago was launched, and at that time was around it had something like 97% penetration, and so all these different, and then it's similarly with being able to have enough devices out there for people to actually capture these videos, and I think we needed all 3 of those pieces to be in place, and they just happened to all be in place by the time that we launched the product in May of 2005 for YouTube to really take off.
Let's talk a little bit about your personal background and your journey to this point, and then we'll get back to YouTube and talk about what it all means and what's going to be happening. You were born in Taiwan.
Right.
1978.
78.
Okay. I know, isn't it depressing? God. Didn't even have Reagan as president yet. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just astounding. Tell us about your family life in Taiwan. What was the situation there?